That is a fat and juicy strawberry. Let's see what the garden looks like today. May 19th, 2017. Let's check it out. So Marley's picking that strawberry. That one looks really good. Thought the strawberries were done for the season, but it just seems like we're starting to get a little bit of rain. You need me to get it? Yeah. Okay. Looks like we're getting a little bit of rain, and I'm watering a little bit better, and things are kicking out a few extras. So let's get that strawberry.
It is really juicy.
There. That one. Let's see if there's any more in there. Do you see any more? Look through the strawberry bed and see if there's any more in there. I thought I saw one or two, but...
I see one.
Where?
I see two.
Where?
One, two.
Alright, let's go see if those are good.
Dun, dun.
So just when I thought the strawberries were done, we pull these 4 beautiful berries. They're big and juicy and red. We haven't had a lot of good ones like this in a while. We usually pull 1 or 2 good ones and then a bunch of medium ones. There's 4 good ones and then one little one there. But I don't know if I showed footage of the strawberry bed when it was all withered up probably about a month ago. We just had some really hot days and not a lot of rain at all. And I thought they were done, but now those leaves are really, really green and it's kicking off again here in late May. Also the eggplants, if you remember from a video, I talked about my plants getting sunburned. Well, I've started doing a little bit extra watering. I haven't given it some shade, but the extra water looks like it's paying off because the plants are looking a lot greener. And I have probably, how many eggplants are on there, Marley? See how many you can count. So I see 5 right there by you, 6, 7 on that one plant.
5.
Then another 8. And then 12, 14, 15, 20.
17.
I see about 22, 23 at least, and that's just from here. That's not even counting looking. So we have about 25 or 30 eggplants. And about a month ago, I picked the last 2 or 3 and they weren't that great. So I thought they were done. This one is real yellow and dry, like sunburned. But if you go to the left, down here, these nice and green. I don't know if this side is just getting the morning sun directly and I'm not giving it enough shade. Maybe I'll put up a screen or something just to give that a test. Okay, then this bed over here has a variety of squash, probably 4 or 5 different varieties of squash with the strawberries in the middle. Squash are doing really well, a lot of good flowers, green. They're starting to grow many inches a day, it seems. We have a nice yellow squash forming. And then on the other side here, we have a little squash forming down there. Marley, put your hand down there and give that some size comparison here. A little squash forming there. And then this nice big one right here.
It's as big as my hand.
Yep. There's a variety in here. I don't know. I kind of mixed them around, so I'm not sure which is which.
We just missed that.
Did we miss one? Oh, there's another strawberry. We'll get it. So I have butternut squash, acorn squash, and I think 2 or 3 other varieties. I don't remember all their names.
We have green squash,
Zucchini, yellow squash. Yeah, this is yellow squash, zucchini, butternut, acorn, and I think one other. I don't remember its name. And then I also have
a tan one, tannish orange, and then we had a green one, and then and then the green one looked like a pumpkin.
Okay. And then
but
over
I don't
here,
remember the next one.
over here next to the eggplant, I have 2 rows of spaghetti squash. And do we have any spaghetti squash showing yet? I think I saw one. Yeah, over here, the big vine hanging over the fence there. Put your hand down there on that one. Yeah, put your hand on the other side so we can get a size comparison there. So yeah, so that's the spaghetti squash.
But it looks just
really
like
good.
the other thing.
Well, a lot of squash are similar. And then the cucumber's not doing overly well, but there are about 2 or 3, maybe 4 vines that are really shining here. One of which the stems are bigger around than my thumb. So out of the whole box there, there's probably 3 or 4 vines that are doing really well, approaching probably 5 or 6 feet long. There is I think there's 2 cucumbers forming. I know there's one on this, no, the one on this side I remember had some damage. We had to cut it off. So there is one left. Let me get to the other side. Okay, so yeah, there's a cucumber down there next to Marley's hand. This variety of cucumber I don't think is long and skinny like your typical garden variety. I hate that phrase, but garden variety cucumber. These are a little bit more elliptical, maybe shorter and fatter. The watermelon is still growing really slowly. I have probably 8 to 12 sprouts now, but as you can see in this box, really only a couple of them down here are doing anything worthwhile. They're almost 12 inches long. The other ones are just barely sprouted. I'm just not real sure.
This was our first one, and the others are bigger.
Yeah, that was the first one to sprout, but there's been a couple
it's grown bigger.
that has outpaced it. There are about 4 or 5 variety of watermelon all mixed and matched in here, so I'm not sure which ones are doing better.
I think 6.
But I think, I'm not an expert, but I think we just haven't had a lot of water. And this bed here probably gets the most sun, so it dries out. So I need to work on something to keep this one hydrated. And then a nice surprise, the okra seems to be sprouting really quickly now, and the tomatoes, they were slow to start to germinate, but now, just to give you some size comparison, Marley, put your hand like this down next to one of those okra plants.
This one?
Yeah, that's fine. So you can see, you know, it's get about 6 inches tall. There's several doing that. And then in the middle, the tomatoes are doing about equal height there. And do you remember what I planted on the right side of this bed? Was that okra on the right side also? The left side here is row of okra, tomato in the middle, 2 rows of tomato, and then this side I think is okra also.
Yes, we always do okra. We always do the same plant on the outside, and then we put the other plant in the inside.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think they're okra on both sides. So.
Yeah.
So let's see. That's pretty much it for the garden. The front garden, the pole beans are doing really well. I'll show you a quick pic of that, quick video of that. Okay, so our pole beans, we have about 4 varieties of pole beans in the front, and they are doing really well. One of the tallest ones, Marley, point to the top of that.
This one?
Yeah, that one is winding up. It winds around that pole taller than Marley. She's about 52 inches-ish, and it winds around and gets taller than that, so it's probably 6 foot long or more. They're doing really well, and they seem to be doing well with less water. Now what's interesting is right down here, Marley, come down here and point this one out. This plant mixed in with the beans. Now all we planted here were beans. or 4 different varieties of pole beans, like some Kentucky blues or string bean, whatever they're called. I don't remember the variety names, but 4 different varieties of pole beans. And down there, you see that one plant that looks different? Yeah, that almost looks like some sort of watermelon or squash or something like that. So I don't know why it's growing in here. Maybe there was a...
Wait, it's a watermelon.
How do you know that?
Because I remember how the watermelons look.
Maybe, that might be a watermelon. There might have been a rogue seed left in here when I recycled the soil. So we're gonna let it grow and see what happens.
Because we love watermelons.
Yeah, we'll see what it is. It seems to be growing well. And then over here, this was the Jack and the Beanstalk hole where we just dumped a handful of various beans. And height-wise, you can see it's already not only taller than Marley, but it's taller than me. Several of them. There are probably 10 different vines intermingled, so it's just going to be a conglomeration.
Mine used to be touching that.
Yep, I'm going to have to put some strings up so we can get it. That almost looks like a tomato, so it's probably a rogue tomato growing in there. That's just a weed. That's just a weed. That's just a weed. These are the carrots, and the carrots are still very tiny, and they're all not doing really well. This one almost looks like a tomato also, but I think that's a variety of carrot. I think we planted 2 or 3 variety of carrots. I'm not sure. I don't remember.
No,
we're just having fun.
One flavor.
One flavor? I thought we had more than one. Maybe we did. I don't know. We're just having fun with it. You know, this isn't. We're just having fun. And of course, this poor little pathetic vine didn't last. It didn't make it. So that little experiment.
There it is.
No, that's just more soil already. It dried up, and I put it in the compost heap. So that little experiment didn't work. That was just the little pumpkin seed that was stuck in the stairs and started to grow.
Yeah, it was in that crack.
And our pink flamingo is still out here. I'm waiting for the day for someone to steal it. Just seems like a conspicuous lawn ornament in the front yard. Just begs somebody to steal it. So we'll see how long it lasts. I'm not asking anybody to come steal it, but it's just what I expect. So we'll see. So far, he's still there. He or she? Is that a he or a she flamingo?
It looks like a boy.
How do you know? How can you tell?
We know.
And while rearranging the tortoise's lair, we came across something really interesting. Marley carefully show what we found here underneath the bricks. Yeah, with that brick, and then carefully move that top leaf. We have 3 lizard eggs. I think 2 of them are anoles, brown anole, and 1 of them is a gecko, or the other way around. 2 are gecko, 1 is a brown anole. The one smaller one is all dried up, doesn't look like it had anything in it, wasn't viable. The other 2 look really well. So let's cover it back up. It's always neat finding lizard eggs.
Yep.
Okay, so Marley, what do you have there in front of you?
A wish flower.
A wish flower. It's one of those dandelion things. So Marley wants to make a wish by blowing all the things off. So you gonna do that?
Yes, but you have to plug your ears because my grandma said if you tell, the wish won't come true.
Okay, so I have to plug my ears.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll plug my ears. Okay, I'm plugging my ears.
I wish there was 1,001 wish flowers in the world, and in our and in our front yard. Okay. You're finished.
What? Did you say something?
Yes.
What? What'd you say? I can't hear you. My ears are plugged.